So welcome to Yoga for Knitters. It is summertime, and that means that we spend a lot of time outside. The wonderful thing about summertime is that we can be outside, and that means we're connecting with nature, we're connecting with the moment. And so today's practice is called Beachy Yoga. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be at the beach to do it, but what I'm trying to show and experience for you is that yoga can be a means to connect with a time and a place. I know where I live, summer is really short, and so that means that you want to really enjoy every chirp, every breath of wind, every grain of sand, because in a blink of an eye, it'll be over. And so that's what today's practice is all about, just enjoying the moment and really connecting. So there's quite a few times when I get you to just feel the earth with your feet or with your hands and just connect to that moment. I'm going to show you a couple of the moves with description before the practice, because once we get into the practice, it goes pretty quick. It's a quick little flow, but feel free to do it more than once, because the more you do it, of course, the easier it gets. Okay, something on the deck fell over, but I don't know what that was. So let's see. The first one is a figure four. So figure four looks like this. You balance on one foot, bring the other foot up, cross it over top of your knee, bring your hands to your heart. This just helps you to balance. Find something to look at on the ground that doesn't move. So don't choose a bug, choose a rock, and then sit back. You want to be able to see your toes, sit back, and then usually what you get is a stretch through the outer hip, but it will depend on you, because where are you tightest? That's where you're going to feel it. So that is the figure four. The next one is dancer's pose. So for dancer's pose, you're going to take same hand as leg back and grab a hold of the inside of your foot. Now this isn't accessible to everyone, so the option, if it's not going to happen for you, is to just grab the outside of the foot and come into a quad stretch like this. Alternatively, you could also use a strap around your foot, and that way you can get your foot up still for a stretch without bringing it all the way up towards your bum. But if you're going to do dancer's pose and you have the mobility, then the hand goes on the inside of the foot. You pull the leg back. That gives a little arch through the low back. Reach the opposite arm in front of you to counterbalance, and then hinge forward from the hip. Kind of like that. There are no rules about what is supposed to look like. There are just feelings about what it's supposed to feel like. So as long as it feels good, you've got a stretch, nothing's hurting, then you're there. And the last one is, oh man, the birds are so beautiful out here. The last one is half moon pose. So to do half moon pose, you're gonna start, well, to get into it for this flow, you start here in mountain pose, then you step one leg back. I'm gonna take my right leg back, coming into a warrior two. I may need to adjust this, hang on a sec. There, okay. So my left leg's forward, my right leg's back. And my right foot, you can't see it, but it's angled about 45 degrees out, and that just gives me a little more stability. And my left knee is roughly above my ankle. I don't really want to go past my ankle because it will hurt my knee. Okay, so it's above my ankle. We're at warrior two, and this is where you can stay if this feels challenging for you. But if you want to go into the half moon pose, then you come forward to balance on that left leg, that front leg. Reach the left hand down to the floor, and then you pivot the hips. So the right hip is now opened up to the side. It's stacked on top of the left hip. You can tell by the way your toes are pointing. So rather than my toes pointing down, I pivot my hips so my toes are now pointing towards you. And then the opposite arm comes up, and you can either look down at the ground, which is a little easier because you can stare at something that doesn't move, or for extra challenge, you can look up to the sky. That's definitely challenging. Okay, so those are the 3 big moves in the flow that I'm going to do next. And I hope you enjoy this Beachy yoga, a way to connect with the moment, a way to connect with the earth, a way to connect with the summertime, and just enjoy this moment in time. Namaste. Start by grounding your feet into the sand and reaching your arms up to the heavens. And then grab your right wrist and reach the body over to the right. Push the hands away, drawing the energy away from you, and then lift the energy up over your head. Grab a hold of your left wrist, reach over to the left and stretch the side body. Again, bring the hands behind your head and reach away. Inhale your arms up to the heavens. Grab your right foot, lift it over your left knee and sit back into a figure 4, stretching through the back of the hip. Inhale, reach up and come out of it. Inhale once more, grab the opposite leg, place it on top of the opposite knee, sit back into a figure 4, stretch it out, and then reach up and fold forward, stretching down, reaching down, dangling down, and connecting your hands with the earth. Inhale the arms above your head once more, reach the right arm back, grab the inside of your foot, and then hinge forward. If you fall over, that's okay. Hinge forward and stretch into a dancer's pose. Reaching through the front body, stretching. Inhaling up and do the same thing on the other side. Doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is what you feel, and this should feel so good. Feet in the sand, arms up to the heavens. Fold forward, touch the earth once more. Big deep breath, just be there. And then reach up. I'm going to step back into a warrior 2, grounding both feet into the earth, reaching the arms forwards and backwards. And then hinge forward until you can place the left hand on the ground. The right arm reaches up to the heavens and you just stretch in a half moon, balanced and grounded. Step back, feet together, and then switch sides. Going into a warrior 2 on the other side, right hand down to the earth, left hand up to the heavens. Big stretch through the whole body, looking down at the sand, feeling the grains of sand beneath your fingers. Step back, step the feet together, fold forward once more, bowing down to the earth, bowing down to this moment, this summertime beachy moment. And then finish with your hands at your heart. Namaste.